apologies for that. I'm kind of delaying a little bit so that Ken realizes, oh my gosh, she's going to hand it to me early. Yeah, it's going to be a little early, Ken. You have the redirect set up. There we go. I hope that's been useful. Have a great day. Catch you later. Goodbye.
Wow, boy, that was like a 3 second notification there, Doug. We'll work on that. We'll get together and practice, and we'll do some live switches from yours to mine. I'm just gonna let that circle go around. If anyone can see me and Doug, say yes, I see you and Doug's. Or if it's switched over here, it looks like Tony Wallow, Robert, and Rick and Greg has made it already. Uh, that was me. Okay. I'll have to go back and read chat myself. So let's get the show on the road. I kind of was waiting for this to kick over, and I wanted to see what the delay was from Doug's to mine, but not a big deal, obviously. Do I have myself muted? I do not. All right, we got the technical screen. We don't have Doug showing, so let's jump over here to get the show on the road. There it goes. Good timing on my part. And not a bad delay this morning, so you should be able to hear my voice. I just got a text from Tony saying all's good. That's good. I haven't went back to the headphones yet, as you will see here in just a minute, when I do actually have the camera running. And there we go. And as you can see, Doug's already kicked over. So I want to minimize Doug because there was some things in chat that I missed that I want to go back and pick up on. So good morning, Monday, October 3rd, 2022. I have no clue what the weather is outside. Cloudy, comfortable. I'm going to go ahead and pop open Davinci Resolve. I'm going to rework the little gizmo thing down there in the bottom. I'm not real happy with how that looks. So I still see square in a round circle, or circle in a square circle. I don't know. So I'm going to start here. Doug and I were trying to find some things yesterday that I thought I had lost, and I'm still pretty sure I have lost them in DaVinci Resolve. So we went into the backup and we found a couple of different things on the backup that would appear to be DaVinci Resolve projects. But when we created two databases, which is actually going to help me, F drive stuff and F drive projects, and neither one of them have anything in there. If I go to local database and click on that, right? Oh yeah, I forgot. I can't use this because I got to go bring that file. I've brought 3 files over already this morning from the backup, and this is one. I'll get the little box, but when I click on this file right here, watch what happens. I click on local databases, all my projects come up. I'm blurry, really? Blurry. West Tennessee's high of 80, 51 rain in St. Mary's County, Maryland. Speedy C says, hello, Jeff Ryman. Good morning. Wintermute, good morning. Am I still blurry? If I'm blurry, it's Monday. I don't know. Refresh your screen. Do a reset for my YouTube, or Wintermute needs to reset. Okay, he says it was him at 144. Got it. So, I just wanted to point that out. I found that interesting that you can actually have more than one library, and that is gonna not only be helpful, but it'll be confusing in the beginning. So, what do I want to do today? I think the title of today's show, I'm getting as bad as Doug now, is just a refresher of sorts, and I'm going to get back to what I enjoy doing. Not that I don't enjoy videos, I'm just not comfortable with them yet, and I plan on getting comfortable with them before I do anything else. I'm fairly comfortable with Fusion. I'm fairly comfortable with the color page in a couple different areas, But what I'm more comfortable with is this right here. So I'm going to leave that up. I'm going to go see if I can remember where I threw something, and this should be alphabetical. Yes, I created this for my sister yesterday. Some of you may or may not have seen it already. And I found this to be a way a lot of people are teaching infusion now. So I'm going to kind of follow that path a little bit. Okay, got it. Thank you, Jeff. Yeah, Rick, you can always reach out to me, and I'll do my best to help you if I can. Um, like I said, with video, it's not exactly my cup of tea yet. Eventually, I'll get there, I'm sure. So that was the completed project. Now I'm going to actually show you what that looks like in Davinci Resolve, and it's not as complicated as you would think. You would think with all that movement and everything else that this would be complicated, but it's not. It's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 picture nodes, 9 picture nodes, and 3 text nodes and a background node. That's it. Real simple. Real simple. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to do a project. We'll go to Project Manager. I'm going to close this one because, as you know, to get untitled project to show up, I have to close my current project. Your current project will always be highlighted with a red box around it. So I'm going to close that, and immediately I can go to Untitled Project. Double click on that, and then since I moved that up to show all that, it's all out of whack. You'll notice cut page is still gone because I went back into workspace right here, show page, and I unchecked the cut page. I demonstrated that last week to where if I check this and restart Davinci Resolve, it will start in the cut page. So I want to leave that like it is. Just off click to get rid of that. I'm going to go to the media pool, and I'm going to grab media. I'm going to grab 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10 pictures. It's not going anywhere, so it's no big deal. I'm not too worried about copyright violations. Now that's interesting. Did I grab a video as well? Huh. Video showed up. Green screen video showed up. Possible. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, there's 11 there. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. No, there's 10 there. So I somehow grabbed a video. I don't want a video right yet, so I'm going to get rid of the video by highlighting it, clicking on it, and hitting the backspace key. Now I'm going to bring all these down 2 different ways. First way I'm going to bring them down is I'm going to figure out how to grab this dumb thing here. I'm going to highlight, I'm going to go in here, Control A, then, oh, it does work. It's just a little delayed. And then I'm going to come down here and drag them down, put them in there, and Bob's your uncle, as I've been told. We all have an Uncle Bob somewhere. There they are. When I scroll through these, they're all there. So if I were to play this at whatever length these are laid out at, I'm going to say probably 15 seconds. I think that's my normal thing. Yeah, 15 seconds. It would be 15 seconds, 15 seconds, 15 seconds, 1 minute, 2 minutes in length. There is the pop-up right here because Sean provided me with a license registration after the 9th. I have to go find that and re-register it, I guess, or I should be able to find it, copy it in here into my local file in the same place on C drive, and that'll resolve that problem. If not, I'll just re-register it. For now, I'm just going to get it out of the way. So that's one way to do this. Highlight them, drag them down. I'm going to get rid of them. Or you can painstakingly grab them one at a time and bring them in here, and you'll notice they link up because I've got my magnet on, or the clicking tool, the linking tool, whatever you want to call it. For some reason, that one doesn't want to. So I'm going to put it up there. It wants to be difficult. Same thing with that one. All right, I want to be pain in the neck now. Is that because that's not highlight? Yeah, that's interesting. Well, there we go. Guess I just had to wake up after all this Monday. So now I can't see chat because this dumb box keeps popping up. So I'm going to do that right after that. New person, Frank M. 53, cloudy and damp in northern New Jersey. Looks clear enough though. Hey Frank, welcome into Daily Davinci. Good to see you. Hope to see you again. So yeah, do I have all 8 of them down here? And I need to go back and check the, oh, that's the timeline. You can't bring the timeline to the timeline, I don't think. Let's see, can I bring the timeline? You cannot. I didn't think you could. So let me go back over here. 10 minutes already. Okay, so if you scroll through these again, it's just going to show one picture at a time because that's how it's designed. So there's a real simple thing I was doing after I was doing the real not so simple thing. I just take these and I pile them on top of one another. Just like this. And that one should go. Yeah, there's enough room. But there's a problem with this. And the problem with that is it's just going to play this top picture. If I turn that one off, it goes to the next picture. Next picture, next picture, next picture, next picture, so on and so forth, all the way down until we get to the last picture. Well, that's not what I wanted. So what I did is I came down here and I turned off everything above my last picture. Again, I'm just showing you how I created the little thing for my little sister for her birthday. This is real simple. And make sure I got all of them. So I'm going to work with this one. That's my background. I want that to be the background. Well, I don't want that to be my background, actually. What I want to be my background is I want to have a color background. So you go in here to generators under effects, generators, you go find solid color, and you bring that down, and then I'm going to highlight all of these. I'm going to move them up. I was going to move them up one, so Control Z is your friend. You all know that. Just like Google, Google's your friend too. Now I'm going to move these up one, and I'm going to move this over here. Then I'm going to change my color. Make sure you got the box on, click it, box goes red, come over here to the color, choose the color of your liking. We'll just go with kind of the same color because it stands out. And you'll notice right away that background color shows up. So that's what I want. That's pretty cool. I don't like a pure black background. That's kind of October 3rd. Let's go with some fallish colors. Pumpkin. In honor of Jeff Ryman, we'll go with pumpkin. So that solves that problem. And as long as the length is the same as these, we're good. So now when I bring this one up, I lost my background. Well, I shouldn't have lost the background. We'll come back to that in a minute. I missed one. There. So now I'm going to work with this one. And again, you have to make sure that you're on the right picture or your right thing you want to work with. Otherwise, you'll be making changes and wondering why is it not working because you don't have it. So this is 1920 by 1080. So the first thing I want to do is I want to zoom this down. That's the very first thing I want to do. I already know I'm at the 0 point because that's the ending point. I know that. So I'm going to zoom it down to about right there, and I'm going to leave it in the center. I'm going to put a key frame here. I'm going to go ahead and keyframe the position because I want it to start there. Then I'm going to move the playhead to about halfway, right there. I'm going to grab the X axis and I'm going to move it to the left, about there. I'm going to move the Y axis, I'm going to move it down. And now it's keyframed there. I'm going to also go ahead and shrink this down a little bit more right there. Excuse me. So now that's cool. I'm good right there. I like that. So now I'm going to move it to the end. And I'm going to just keyframe it straight up. Right to right about there. And I'm going to bring it to about there. And bring it over to about right there. Maybe just a little bit bigger. Right there. So this one's done. I like that. That looks good. For the purposes of what I'm doing today, that looks fine. I'm going to highlight that. It's going to move down real slow. And if I wanted to get fancy dancy with it, I could make it spin and get smaller and do all kind of weird things. But just for this is a real basic. This is what I call a cheap, dirty way of doing the DVE, okay? I accomplished the same thing. So that's number one. So now I'm done with that one. I'm going to turn it off. I'm going to open the second one. And I'm going to do basically the same thing. I'm going to make sure I'm on. You'll notice the red box here is still on number one. If I unlock this and turn that off, that's where I'm on. So if I were to not pay attention, oh, for your information, I do that all the time. I don't pay attention and I'm making all kind of changes and I am like, oh my gosh, what have I done? So turn this one off. That one is now highlighted. Turn that one on. I know that's what I'm working with because I have my red box. Yeah, it's layered, Wintermute. Basically, they are currently layered on top of one another. You have a canvas, paint, paint, paint. That's basically all it is. At least that's how I understand it. So now we're going to take old Spidey here, whatever that is. And again, you want to make sure. Here's another really important part. Keyframes at the end. You can move it one or two ways, three ways. You can hit this button right here. Bob's your uncle, it goes back. Or you can grab the playhead, slide it back that way. Or you can grab the little white slider and move it back that way. It doesn't matter how you get there. You just have to make sure you are on the 0 or where you want it to start. You don't have to necessarily start at 0. You can start at 50 if you want. Thank you, Speedy C. Yeah, I was real grateful to Doug, and again, I need to give him another shout out and thank him. This morning, I've recovered 3 things already. Thought about it late last night. I thought, nope, I'll do it in the morning when my brain's a little fresher than it is now. I didn't do anything after the Zoom last night. I watched a movie, Uncharted, with Mark Wahlberg, and can't think of his name right now. He's a decent young actor. It's pretty good. It's all right. I mean, I like my Mark Wahlberg. So anyway, let's do this real quick. What's my time? Oh, 18 minutes. Cool. So first thing I want to do is, do I want to shrink this one down? Well, no, not really. Well, yeah, I really do, because if I move the x-axis, he moves over. So yeah, let's leave him right there. Now here's something pretty cool. Let's say you put him over there and you're like, oh man, I don't like that. You can Control Z. Great guy said he saw it, didn't care for it. I liked it because like I said, I like Mark Wahlberg. I thought it was a little drawn out. I thought it was a little slow at most times, and I thought it was real predictable. But I did like it. So to get this back to the 0 position, you can go in here and fiddle with this and try to get it to 0, or you can go right here to the word position, double click, and it puts it back to there. If this doggone box doesn't go away permanently soon, I'm going to shoot somebody. I did not say that and mean it. That was said in frustration. Same thing with the Y. If you move it down, if you move the X and you're like that, you're like, oh my gosh, just double click on here and it goes back. Or if you move it, you can go right here to this little counterclockwise button, hit it, and it puts it back as well. Or you can Control Z twice and it should do it as well. So, Antonio Banderas was in it as well. Yeah, I did not see what happened to him coming. I should have. I I didn't see that coming. I also started watching a Chris Pine movie the other night, but I fell asleep. All the Other Knives or something like that, or I can't remember the name of it. And then there was another one the night before. Um, I don't even, it was on Prime, so I got some catching up to do. Anyway, let's bring old Spidey down to about right there. And let's keyframe that there and that there. Let's bring our 50%. We'll grab our zoom and we'll bring Spidey back to about right there. And we'll move him to this way. That's going to be my T-5. Sure is. Thank you, Tony. And we're going to bring him up here. Put him right there. I'm good with that. Then we're just going to go ahead and leave that right there. And that's keyframe there. Except I forgot to keyframe the X and Y. Now how I know that is right here I have a little gizmo less than, greater than sign. I'm not sure which is which. I think that's less than, pointing to the left. I don't have that here. So if I were to replay this, he just doesn't disappear, that's all. And that's okay for today's purposes. So that's 2 down. So we're going to stop that, go back to the beginning. We're going to turn him off. We're going to turn that one on and do the same thing. And I'm just going to breeze through this because I really want to cut this off at about 4.5 minutes. So here, keyframe it, move it halfway over or 1/4, whatever you want to do it. You can move it frame by frame by frame if you want to make a change. I'm not quite ready to do that yet, although I think I'm going to have to because of one effect I want to try to accomplish. So I've keyframed that. I have my greater than, less than signs. I'm going to go ahead and I moved it. So I'm going to now make him just disappear. And I'm going to move him over here. I don't know where that's at. And I'm going to move him right there. And we're good. Now I'm going to go over here to the last keyframe. This will be interesting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Close enough to the end. And I'm going to zoom him out because I don't know where he's at. There he is. We're moving to there. And we're going to move him down to there. And he's good. So now, take him back to the beginning. Going to turn them all on. They're all going to start underneath the Watchman or Watchmen. If I hit play, you can hit play, you can hit spacebar, you can move it manual. I hit play, and there they go. Simple, quick, easy animation, motion, whatever you want to call it, without going to the fusion button, without using a DVE effect, without using any effect. Now, the only thing I haven't figured out yet how to do in here is make it spin. I do think you have to go into either an effect or fusion to do that, or DVE it, one or the other. This doesn't allow me to make cute little borders around it. I can't round the edges or anything, or at least yet I haven't figured. I've looked up and down in here, and I don't see any rotation. I can change the pitch and the yaw like this. Okay. That you can do. You can flip it. You can flip it horizontally and vertically. And again, if you make a mistake, you can that or double click on that and it does the same thing. So this has been this is what I enjoy doing. I enjoy taking stills and creating something out of it and going from there. I've mentioned this several times. If anybody has a project they want, contact me, Stout 2016-2016@gmail.com. Let me know what you want to do. If I think I can do it, I'll say sure. If I think I can't do it, I'll say sure and try to figure it out and get it done. And I do all that for free. I've done quite a few projects now. And it's good. I enjoy it. Especially when, like the latest one I done, sent me the pictures. This is the concept. We made like 3 changes and it was done. Unlike the first one I did, which had 7,222 changes, because I have a little tick mark for every change I made. So I'm a little over 25 minutes. I'll see everyone tonight at 11 o'clock. If I can get started earlier, I will. I'm going to rename the evening Davinci, or the evening stream, to It's the Mike and Mimi and Ken Show. Thanks, everyone. Have a good afternoon. I'll see you tonight. Really hope this was helpful for somebody, anybody. It's good to see Frank. Possibly pick up a new subscriber. If he comes back, that'd be great. If he shows up for a third time, I might just reward him and give him the blue wrench. Well, that sounds terrible, doesn't it? Bye, everybody.